Alright guys, so I was asked to talk about some laptops for this upcoming Black Friday. Which ones would I recommend, and for Cyber Monday as well. So first, it's going to be the most expensive one, the Surface Pro 7. So it was originally a 960, but they do have it online now for around $700 to $730, which is very nice. So you're getting a beautiful, extremely nice hardware with this guy. I really love the hardware with the Surface Book. This is something that you can use from years from now. Does come with the type cover as well, so it is a aluminum and glass design, so it feels very premium. So one of the cool things about this laptop is that it comes with the 12.3-inch display, which is pretty big for a 2-in-1, which I really love. So this will be great for Netflix, watching videos and all that great stuff. But you have the Intel Core i3 along with 4 gigs of RAM and 128 gigabytes of storage, and you can use the cloud to expand that, of course. But if you're trying to get into drawing and stuff like that, this is something that you want to look at, a 2-in-1 with a big display, and you will be able to run the application that you need to with that Core i3, and that 4 gigs of RAM should be pretty much be able to handle the Adobe software in FL Studio if you're into music and whatever else you throw at it, light video editing. So this is very nice for that, along with the 10 hours of battery life, which is great as well. So this is something that you're going to want to consider, especially if you're looking to have something years from now that you don't want to break easily. Then this is something that I would consider. Now next is the RCA Cambio. So it's on Amazon right now for $84. You can use the coupon and get 5% off, but this is one of my favorites because it gets the job done without spending a whole bunch of money. So this is for my super cheap people that don't want to spend a lot of money. I got one, and it was very nice. So it's a 2-in-1 10-inch, big enough to enjoy Netflix. You can pretty much use it like a tablet, just undock it. 2 gigs of RAM was actually enough for me to run FL Studio and make music on it. Now you can't video edit on here and stuff like that. I wouldn't recommend it, but you do have 32 gigs of storage, and you do have expandable memory, which is very nice as well. You got a webcam on the front, which is nice as well. Comes with full Windows 10, not the Windows 10s, and if you want a bigger display, you can spend a little bit extra money and get the 12.2-inch, but the 10-inch was pretty big enough for me. Now you will be able to play the latest Microsoft games in the store, and I've heard of people downloading little older PC games and being able to play on that. So you can do that as well if you're trying to get into that. It is a 720p display, so it was pretty nice. It's an IPS display, so it didn't wash out in color, and this is just great for students. If you have kind of smaller hands, the trackpad worked fine, the keyboard was fine for me. You got all your Adobe, or not Adobe, but your PowerPoint, Word, Excel, that all runs fine on here. So this is a very solid laptop. Now next is the Acer Aspire 5 Slim. Now overall, this is like the overall best, I think, for most people because of the specs and the price. So right now it's kind of basically $41 off. It's not huge, but this is a really good laptop at $308, so that's like the max I think most people want to spend. You do have the AMD Ryzen 3 3200 dual core CPU. It does overclock to 3.5, so it's a pretty nice CPU in this mid-range price. 4 gigs of RAM, 128 gigabytes of storage as well. Now here's the awesome thing with this: you have a 15.6-inch display, so this is very good for watching media, YouTube, browsing the web. You have a nice big display, and it's a full HD display, so full 1080p IPS display is nice. You have the AMD Radeon Vega 3 graphics, so this will probably be able to handle light gaming, emulators, stuff like that. I won't go too crazy, but you do have 7.5 hours of battery life with this guy as well. You do have Windows 10 in S mode, so just do know that you're gonna have to uninstall that and install the regular version of Windows. But overall, this is a really nice laptop, aluminum design, very slim. This is a excellent choice if you're a college student as well. This will really get the job done, and you won't break this easily. So I really like the price range and the hardware. Big trackpad, nice keyboard. This is definitely a solid buy. Now next is the HP Flyer Red. So if you get it online, it's $280, but if you actually go inside the Walmart store, you can actually get this for $200. That's why I put this one on the list. Now, it's a very nice laptop. It's actually one of my favorite looking laptops. It's very beautiful. As you can see, I got to play with it. It's definitely not a gaming laptop. You won't be able to really game on this guy, but to run down these specs, you have a 15.6-inch display for 200 bucks. That's very nice. It's not 1080p, but it is 720p, and it looks fine. You know, you just won't be able to watch in, you know, the full HD. So you do have the Intel Pentium processor, 4 gigs of RAM, but with this one you do have 500 gigabytes of storage, so you get more storage than that Acer one, which I really love. So if you're into like downloading stuff, torrents, movies, whatever, this is going to be something to look at for the cheap. You get a lot of storage, so you get the full Windows 10, not the S mode, which I love, so you can download anything, program outside the Windows Store, no problem. Like I said, this one is also great for a student. If you can get it inside the store, I would recommend that, but if you want to pay that price, it's still a really great laptop. I will put the links in the description so you can kind of shop around and make that choice, but I really love this one. It did everything fine just for basic use. This will get you through, like, you know, writing papers and stuff. You have a really big keyboard. You actually have a full keyboard with the number pad on it, which is very nice. DVD drive as well. You have the expandable storage. So, you know, it's a really nice laptop, classic HP. So really love it. Now next is the Lenovo Chromebook. This is the C330, and I really like this one. I like this, recommend this to parents for children, mostly because it's hard to install viruses and stuff on here since it is a Chromebook. It's not Windows, so I like to direct it towards that, because usually you know, people, they always go off about Chromebooks, but I like Chromebooks especially just to give to children, so they're on the web, or you know, they're, you know, messing with the Google apps or whatever, but you can't really put viruses on here, which I really love. So, you know, the specs, it's got 11.6-inch display, 720p IPS display, 4 gigs of RAM, and 64 gigs of storage, but you're using the Chrome OS, so you're really just using Google Drive, all the cloud stuff basically, so you don't really have to worry about, like I said, installing stuff. So they do have games and stuff in the Chrome store that you can download, and applications and stuff. It's basically the Chrome browser on a laptop pretty much. So I really like it. The hardware is very solid. That's the main thing with this one. So if you want something that you're not going to break, you don't have to worry about slowing down, this is something you're definitely going to want to take a look at. So I really like this one. So that's pretty much it. These are my recommendations. Be sure to hit the description to buy, and I will catch you guys in the next one.